Baekje is one of Korea's 3 kingdoms alongside Goguryeo and Silla. And so what we've got here is a reconstruction of what life in Baekje would have looked like. Archaeologists have come together to make a model of what life in Baekje would have been like. And so now we're going to go around and explore, me and my hanbok, and I'm really excited, to be honest. This wasn't our plan, but there's actually hanbok rental, and so we're thinking maybe we'll do dressing up in hanbok and walk around and experience Baekje here at Baekje Culture Land. I'm interested to know whether the hanbok style that they have here is different to the hanbok styles I've tried in other places. One criticism I've heard of this place is that it's very Joseon in style, even though it's meant to be Baekje, so we'll see what that's like. But yeah, if you do that, you get a 50% off on the entrance fee, so maybe it kind of works out okay in the end, but okay. I'm going to dress pretty then, I guess. Immediately, I'm into this one. Immediately. Ooh, red, my colour. Now, it's my lucky day because apparently if I upload a picture of myself as a hanbok model, I might be able to get some free fried chicken, which I probably will do because why not? I'm already dressed in it. So maybe I will upload it to Instagram. Maybe a picture here of me eating chicken, hopefully. Okay, let's go. The first part of Baekje Culture Land is actually this really great museum with really great explanations in English of everything. But unfortunately, the park is huge and we know that. And also now I'm dressed in hanbok, I won't be able to eat until I'm out of the hanbok. So unfortunately, even though I am very interested, we're kind of breezing straight through the museum, which is probably what I'd suggest to do, given how large the park is. In Korea since prehistorical times, it's been culturally custom to bury people within the ruins of old pottery. Korea really is the nation of ceramics. And you can see behind me a good example of this from the Baekje time. So you can see they've actually put this video on top, I'm going to move out of the way, to show what it looks like inside this ceramic tomb. And also, fun fact, how you can tell whether it's a tomb or a coffin. A coffin is made out of wood, but anything made out of non-wood is called a tomb, just like this one. That's cool, isn't it? Now I'm thinking maybe I should have picked a more like red and dark black and gold colour, but I still think that's kind of Joseon style, isn't it? Anyway. Oi, you young lady, you shouldn't be seen around here. This is for men's only. It's too safe. It's not safe. It's not too safe. And you know what? Even to this day, especially all the harabojis, they're still playing this game. Actually, we made a video recently in Seoul, in Topgol Park. You can literally see like hundreds of harabojis playing this game and them all like watching and commenting. It's really fun. Maybe I should learn how to play. This one's really beautiful. Some beautiful paintings on the pieces. Pardon. And I think that's mainly because we don't really know much about actually what the Baekje people were wearing. There's not that many archaeological records about their design, architectural design, but also about what they were wearing, which is a shame. Even though this is very, very pretty, it's definitely not looking like the kind of portraits we're seeing of the kings around here. But anyway, it's still pretty. I'm going to enjoy myself, dress up as a princess. But anyway, okay. And I wish I was wearing some nice earrings or something. I imagine these are for a king, I think, though. I don't need this at all, but that looks so cool. Imagine me with a love heart ice cream. I always get triggered by these, but I've never tried them. A love heart ice cream? It's beeping at me to try it. Okay, no, not in this. I'll ruin it. So this is absolutely amazing. I'm absolutely gobsmacked just seeing this here. And you know what's even crazier is that this is a perfect place if you wanted to come and take photos and dress in hanbok with no one around. You know, when you go to Gyeongbokgung, if you want to take photos and dress up in hanbok, there's literally thousands of people. And so it's really hard to get a really nice photo. But here, it's just me. And it's just beautiful. Go in. Oh yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, this is cool. Wow. See, this is really cool. Sorry, what's really cool about this is that I'm actually inside the palace and it looks like I can get it up here. Take my shoes off, it says. Oh yeah? Queen on the throne, queen on the throne. This is not a drill. All right, get down. My royal subject. How do you say peha in like Baekje mal? Don't know. Does anyone know? I'm assuming they have a different language or at least like a slightly different like satori. But actually that's not true. I'm guessing that in the time of Baekje, the language is completely unrecognisable to what we speak in Korea now. Just the same as English is in that time. Anyway, here I am, Yoang. Which means queen. I've never sat on the throne before. Oh, this is cool. So I assume this is the writing table where the king or queen would have done all of their business sitting here, and maybe also, you know, telling the ministers, you know, hara, kara, you know, like things like that. Anyway, it's really cool. I was right in saying that I'm currently wearing more Joseon Dynasty style clothes. This is the much older Baekje, like ordinary wear that apparently kings and queens would have worn. So it would have been nice, I think, to see in the hanbok store nearby some more Baekje style clothes, but maybe they are there, I just didn't know what to look for. But this is beautiful, isn't it? Just stunning. And really it feels to me really different to the Joseon style that I'm wearing. Like, look at this is very feminine and actually feels quite modern in comparison to this. But I don't know if that's just my perception, because my idea of Korea and Korean history is really defined by the Joseon era, which is what a lot of the buildings and history that you can see today in Korea looks like. But anyway, I wish I could wear that. That's beautiful. Is that queen would wear this? This looks like this is women's. Oh, well, I want that for my pajamas. Looks comfy. Thinking of this video, I might get some comments that this place being completely reconstructed by modern Koreans is too influenced by the Joseon dynasty and sort of painted and constructed in the Joseon style. And that's because we actually don't know much about Baekje and how things looked. We can tell how the architecture and style would have looked. We can't really tell how it would have been painted. But for me, I think this looks really distinct from Joseon. It just looks, I don't know, for me more like darker and more exotic. It's sort of how I would describe how I'm seeing the paintings here. But yeah, maybe it is influenced by Joseon, but I think it kind of seems like whoever constructed this has done their best to just work out what this might have looked like. Because keep in mind, like Joseon and Baekje, like the Joseon people do actually come from the Baekje people in a way. So perhaps their design style was similar. You know, they're related people. And obviously many people who lived in the Joseon dynasty are actually Baekje origins people. So Baekje was one of Korea's three kingdoms alongside Goguryeo and Silla from the year 18 BC to the year 660 AD, which means it spanned for a really, really long time. And it ended when Silla unified the three kingdoms by force. I mean, there was an invasion. and essentially the Tang Chinese troops, along with Shilla, and at that time they unified with Goguryeo, came and took Baekje. And as part of that conflict, but also many other conflicts, the Imjin War, the conquest of the Mongols, the Japanese conquest in the early 20th century, and also the Korean War, a lot of the Baekje ruins are now gone. And so I think it's been really hard for historians and archaeologists to really understand what Baekje life was like. And that's why this park exists, is to try and give Korean people and tourists a sense of what life was like for Baekje, which is actually the legacy of many Koreans that still live today. That's just awesome. You know, when I see that, it actually reminds me of a pagoda that I've seen in Kyoto, which I hesitate to say, but Jaeyoung's just told me that actually Baekje has traded a lot with Japan, and so potentially that's why this looks like similar to a Japanese style pagoda. Perhaps like the Baekje people were influenced by Japan, or Japanese were influenced by Baekje, which is probably more likely. This is what I wish Korea looked like with all of its relics. So it's a really big shame that, you know, this country's been so war-torn for so many centuries. Replicas of real tombs that have been excavated. It's a shame we can't actually go in any of them, but I guess if you want to go inside a royal tomb, you can go to Gyeongju for that. It's crazy. It's really not common to see a fortress like this in Korea, and you know what it reminds me of? If you know the game Age of Empires, that's exactly what it looks like. Do you know in that game too you can play as Lee Sun-shin and defeat the Japanese in the Imjin War? So, just so you know, it's pretty cool. I'm literally thinking in my head, you know that sound? Like when they're attacking? Whenever I think I've seen everything that Korea has to offer, something like this comes up and surprises me, and I've experienced a new thing that makes me really happy and gives me a lot of joy. And also because no one's here, I kind of feel like it's a really special thing that I get to experience that other people don't. I think that's the big difference between visiting Korea versus visiting somewhere like Japan. When you go somewhere like Japan, you might experience something, but it'll be you plus 100,000 other tourists also there experiencing the same thing. But in Korea, you get these really special experiences that not many people get to experience yet. But I say yet because I think, you know, Korea is only just starting to explode in terms of tourism. So anyway, maybe in the future, a lot of people will visit here. Like this is where the naughty people in the village would get punished. Where's the stick so I can whack his bum? I'm too much of a lady, so I'm not getting on there, but Jaeyoung can. I want to whack his bum. X-rated. Wait, maybe I'll use my bag.
Ouch.
소고기.
소고기.
맛있는
No, actually-
소고기.
맛있는 소고기. No, actually first you said 한우. 한우 먹을래? 라고 했어요. 하지만
I take it back.
take it back. You realise it's actually not 한우. It's just 소고기.
소고기.
It's probably from Australia.
Probably.
Oh no, not as good.
No, it's better.
It's better. Okay. Alright, let's go.
I'm gonna eat gogi. Let's go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You know what else about here? There's no gogi smell. Actually, there's no smell, is there? I'm tired.
I guess it's the suction system really well.
Yeah, the suction system really good. Like this is really fancy. Just like sucking straight up there. Ah, reasonable salt now. That's good. This is Jeonnam temple site. There used to be a Baekje temple here built in around the 6th century. So we can see the remains behind us, but we've still got the pagoda here and this building here which they've reconstructed. But it's sort of got a layout similar to what would have been a Baekje temple. Baekje was, as a country, a Buddhist state, so they were all temples. Not too hard. Wow. Hope you've enjoyed this adventure and also our adventure to Baekje, and I'll see you in the next video. If you want to see more videos like this, like this video and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.